Hey, welcome to This Mama's House. Today I'm going to share all of the details about how my large family shops in bulk for groceries. Thanks for joining me today. Hey guys, if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tabitha. On this channel I post all sorts of homemaking motivation, cooking, cleaning, grocery hauls, all that mom life content. So if you're into that sort of thing, definitely hit the subscribe button and join my channel. I would love to have you here as one of my amazing subscribers, and just hitting that subscribe button means that you want to see my new videos. It's totally free to do, and then you'll never miss a new upload from me. So today I'm going to share with you all about how my family stocks up on groceries. If you are new, maybe you've missed it, but you probably haven't. You've probably seen some of my incredible Costco hauls. We shop at Costco once every 6 to 8 months, and we get a lot of food at once. So today I wanted to share with you how we can do that, how we manage the food, and just answer some of the questions that you guys have had in the comments that I get over and over on those videos. If you haven't seen them, I have two really big Costco hauls that I have gotten a ton of views, and I wanted to sit down and answer those questions. That way I can just refer people to this video to answer all of them. I also asked over on Instagram if you guys had any specific questions, so I have a lot to cover. Let's jump right into it. One of the questions I got was, how long have you been shopping this way? It's been a couple years this way, but there was a time frame where we didn't shop this much bulk because we actually lived in our RV for 6 months and we traveled around the country. We still shopped at Costco though, and we did buy a lot of food then, but we just couldn't obviously store as much in an RV that we were pulling down the road. So before we lived in the RV, we used to go about every month or two, and we would spend around $1,000 and usually just go back every month or so. But that was when we lived really close to Costco. Like, I'm talking like 2-minute drive to get to Costco. Now we're closer to a half an hour away, which doesn't seem like a lot, but we also have 5 young children, and we definitely don't want to be shopping in Costco with them. First of all, putting some kids in the cart, that takes up valuable cart space. Just bringing them with just makes the whole process a lot more difficult. So when we do go shopping, we actually get a babysitter, and it's an entire day's worth of work. So we just realized over time that it's easier to just get more while we're there, and we've already got the babysitter, we've already made a day of this, so let's just stock up for as long as possible. So it's been about a year now that we've been doing it this way, maybe ever since we moved into this house, I guess. So the past 4 Costco trips or so have been huge bulk buys. So another question we get a ton is, how does it go like while we're in the store? So my husband and I actually both go. So it's 2 of us shopping, and we're each pushing and pulling a cart. So it looks a little bit ridiculous while we're in the store. Usually we start off with 2 carts and we're just filling those 2 up. And then at some point during the shopping trip, my husband has to go and get a second cart. So he's pushing and pulling that cart. And then I have a 3rd cart that's like just, you know, mounded full of stuff. And then as we go through the checkout, then they grab another cart to put the stuff in a more organized way. So by the time we're walking out of the store, we have 4 carts, each of us pushing and pulling a cart out of the store. And then we actually go back in. So we check out twice when we go. We walk in once, we get all of the dry goods, all of the toiletries or the household cleaning supplies, things like that that we need. We'll go in and get anything that's not refrigerated or freezer. And then we'll go put all of that in our car. So that's another thing. We get 2 cars. So my husband has a big pickup truck, he'll take that, and then I drive separately in my big Suburban, and I put the seats down, and we literally just load our cars up. It's crazy. So by the time we're done, we usually have about 7 or 8 carts full of food, and 2 times checking out, and you know, just hauling as much as we can. So another question that I get a lot is, what does the cashiers think and what is their reaction? Now, they always get a kick out of it. They're always smiling and asking questions. They never feel like upset that we're going through the checkout with all that stuff. And a lot of the people at Costco recognize us and they know we have a YouTube channel and they always ask about that. They're just really curious more than anything. Another question we get a lot is, does any of the food get wasted? Now, this is my husband and I's pet peeve, is food waste. So definitely we do our very best to not waste anything. We don't ever really throw away food that has gone bad, so there's no concern about that. The most food that we do waste is when the kids are eating and they haven't finished their meal, so we, you know, either feed the rest of their food to the dog or it gets tossed away. But that's usually just the plates of the kids' meals. So we're not like forcing our kids to like shove everything in. Like, we serve them, and then if they don't finish what they were served, then that's the only food waste that we really have in our house. Another question that I get a ton is, how can you afford this? Do you put this on a credit card? No, my husband and I are really against having credit cards. I think it's just a dangerous situation using a credit card, especially for me. Like, I just don't even have a credit card and I don't want one. But we save a lot of money. So my husband is a real estate broker, so he owns his own real estate company, and I do YouTube full time. And after we pay our bills, we pretty much just save all of our money. We are not huge spenders on like frivolous stuff. Our biggest bill is groceries and just like our regular household bills and stuff. So after we pay all of the household bills, we save the rest of our money, and that's what enables us to be able to have a big dollar amount at once to be able to spend like this on groceries. So I guess that would be my suggestion to you guys. If you want to start shopping in bulk, just, I don't know, just save more of your money. Like, skip going through the drive-thru, skip ordering takeout. What are little things that you could cut back on so that you can just stash more cash? That's what my husband always says. He wants to stash the cash, and I used to kind of make fun of him a little bit for it. I wasn't like upset about it, but I would kind of call him stingy and stuff. But really, it's smart to save your money. Save as much as you can, because then you're able to make bigger purchases when you really want to, and you have that emergency fund available if anything ever went wrong. So that would be my suggestion, is each time you get paid, just save as much as possible. So everybody always wants to know, where do you put all this food? So what we do is we bring a lot of it downstairs in our basement. We live in Michigan, so we have an unfinished basement down there, which stays at like a pretty good even temperature all throughout the year, which is awesome for food storage. We have shelves down there where I put any of the pantry items, and we also have a huge chest freezer that it's 14 cubic feet. So we literally fill that thing to the brim, and then our upstairs refrigerator and pantry we just fill like we normally would, and then any of the back stock we take downstairs to the shelves and the freezer. So if this video gets more than 25,000 views, this is what I told my husband, if this video gets more than 25,000 views, I will bring you guys down there and I will give you a tour of my food storage. I know so many people have asked about it, and I don't know, I just think it's kind of weird to have a video down in my unfinished basement of my shelves of food, but if that's really what you guys want to see, I will bring you down there. So make sure this video gets 25,000 views. What you can do to help it get that way is watch this entire video and give this video a thumbs up. It will let YouTube know that you're really enjoying this content, and it'll push it out to more people. Also, leaving a comment helps too. So if you want to see all of that, definitely like, comment, and share, or just watch the whole thing. So that would really help me out, and it would let me be able to make a new video for you. I am thinking about getting another just like basic refrigerator that has like the freezer on top and the fridge on the bottom, just to be able to store more things. Like, everything fits in my fridge and freezer up here, but it's kind of just like packed in there, and I feel like it would be more organized, and I would just be able to see more if I had a little bit more space for the refrigerator. So I think I'm gonna get one of those. I don't know if I want to get one like secondhand on Facebook Marketplace, or if I should just go to the store and get, you know, a basic one that's brand new, because I don't know, I don't want one that's gonna go bad right away or whatever, but we'll see about that. Let me know if you know of any ways to get pretty inexpensive refrigerators. I'd like to spend like $300 or less if possible, and the only place that I personally know to do that is Facebook Marketplace. And then they're always like used, and I don't know if something's wrong with them, so I don't know. We'll see. A lot of people ask, do I do this because we live far away from Costco? I kind of touched on why we do it. We just like to get it all done as much as we can, but we also have a emergency like prepper mindset about why we do this too. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but grocery prices are rising, and there's expected to be a food shortage coming up. I don't know if you remember, but at the beginning of Corona, people panicked and shelves were starting to... So as a large family with 5 kids, we don't ever want to be in a position where we don't have enough food to feed our family. So if you take anything out of this video, just take my little bit of advice to have some sort of emergency food supply. It doesn't have to be as big as mine. It doesn't have to be half as big as mine. It could literally just be 10 cans of food. Just something. And a lot of people will say, oh, I don't have the space for that, but you can get creative and find space. You can store things under your bed and in a closet. You can store things in the garage depending on what climate you live in and stuff. But there's just a lot of different places where you can just kind of stash a little bit of food, get creative, and just figure something out to have a small supply, especially in this time of our world. Like, you just want to never be in a position where you're gonna go hungry, because that would be horrible. We eat 3 times a day, and could you imagine not having food for a couple days? It would be terrible. So that's my little bit of advice. Just try to get some stock. A rule that I've heard before is buy 1 for now and 2 for later. So if there's something that you know your family eats all the time, like maybe spaghetti, you could buy 1 box of spaghetti for your dinner this week, and then you can buy 2 boxes of spaghetti to stash and start building up a supply. So you don't have to do it all in one trip like I do. You can just add, you know, maybe $5 to your weekly budget, and that $5 goes to stocking up on different things. So maybe a couple extra canned goods, you know, $5 worth of canned goods, or whatever, you know, just something to stock up on. And I definitely suggest things that you can just open and eat, just in case that there is crazy emergencies. Like canned stuff you can open and eat a lot of the times, like soups and you know, beans and tuna. Those are great things to have. Peanut butter is another good thing to stock up on. So those are my little emergency prep tips. Take it or leave it, but I would definitely suggest having something in this world. You never know what's gonna happen. So somebody asked, how much time does it take you to plan out everything and make your list and go shopping and put it all away? So like I said, this is a whole day's worth of work. I guess I want to call it work, but it is, it's a lot. Like the only time I ever really feel overwhelmed with it is when we come home and I'm ready to put it all away and I'm staring at the huge pile of food. So we left the house at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was not done putting things away until 11 p.m. So that just shows how long this whole process takes, between shopping, bringing it home, and filming the video for you guys, and then putting it all away. It's just a huge, long process. Another question or comment I've gotten before is, do you order takeout after this because you're so exhausted from shopping and putting stuff away? And the answer to that is no. We actually buy one of the Costco meals that you just put in the oven. So this time we got the lasagna and the chicken Alfredo. We've gotten the pot pie before that Costco sells. And so while I'm putting everything away, I will pop that in the oven, and then it'll be just an easy dinner that I don't really have to think about while I'm trying to sort through all of the food and get everything taken care of. So another question is, do I make a list or do I meal plan, or like how do I know how much to buy and what to buy? So usually I will just buy 1 or 2 of what we really like. So something like, you know, the kids really like the granola bars. I will usually buy like 1, 2, or 3 boxes of those. The applesauce pouches, just stuff that we really like, I'll get more of. And then if it's something new, usually I'll just get like 1 of it, because obviously already Costco is bulk. So even if you get 1 of something, it's still a lot. And I don't actually make a list or meal plan ahead of time. I just know that what we like, and I'm able to be creative, and I'm a pretty good cook, I would say, so I can pretty much make a meal out of anything, and I don't really have to plan for different ingredients personally. But sometimes, like as we're going through the 8 months, we might run out of something. I will kind of write that down to be sure that we get it at Costco, but we always just go through every single aisle and we usually never forget anything that we needed. So we get this question a lot, is how long does this last? Now I already said we shop for 8 months, but obviously things like lettuce is not going to last us 8 months, and things like meat sometimes we run out of before we go back to the store, or eggs. So anytime we need like dairy, produce, or meat, we will go back to the store about a month after we shop at Costco. Some people are asking me, you know, how do you store produce to last a month? I'm gonna have some more videos come out about how to store produce to make it last a long time. And as far as like the eggs and meat, we do try to buy local. We have a local guy that we get our eggs from, and we do have some local meat markets and local farmers that sell meat, but sometimes we just go to the corner grocery store and get what we need. It really depends, but we're spending far less every time we go to the store than we would do if we didn't have these huge Costco hauls. If you are curious about the exact breakdown of like our grocery budget, I actually put it in the comments of my last Costco haul, which I will link in the iCards if you want to go check it out and see the pinned comment that breaks down the price of groceries that we spend per week for our family of 7. Now I got more questions like, what's the best things that you get at Costco? Like, is there things that just aren't worth buying at Costco? Things like that. And I think you guys left me the most awesome questions where I can make an entire video out of your questions. So that's going to be coming up on my channel. I'm going to be answering some of these questions in great detail with their own video. I think having like a Costco do's and don'ts, or, you know, best things to buy at Costco video, I think some of those things would be really fun to do. So that's going to be coming up. Definitely subscribe if you are new. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope that it maybe inspired you to start getting a little bulk food prep started in your home. I definitely suggest it. This food shortage a lot of people are freaking out about. I don't want you to freak out, but I think it'd be smart to get ahead of the game a little bit when it comes to your groceries. Leave any comments or questions that I did not answer and you want to know down in the comments, and I will make sure to answer every single comment on this video. I will go through them all. So if you have any more questions, leave them down below. Sometimes I don't get to all of my comments, but on this video, I'm gonna make sure that every question is answered so that anybody that's curious can come to this video and get everything answered, whether it's in the video or in the comment section. So I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting my channel. It means a lot to me, and I think it's really interesting what you guys like. I would have thought something totally different would have been your favorite type of video, but apparently Costco hauls are my most popular video, and I think that I'm just gonna have to give the people what they want. I'm gonna have to show you my pantry downstairs, and I'm gonna have to share more tips and things that I do to have this much food and how I manage it all. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!